So just to sort of make it really clear, when we launched Gadgets a couple years ago now, this is, time really flies. It's one of the things that we built was a little tool, I wrote a little bit of code to build a sort of meta gadget that allows you to configure gadgets, right? Because of course that's what people want to do. And then the gadget author, in this case, we wrote the first one, there'll be others, put together a few things that you can configure. And this themes folder, it needs documentation, but basically you can, if your web designer knows how to skin your website, of course they do, they can skin the gadget. And they can do whatever they want. And it's designed to be a whatever you want kind of interface because it's all open. You can set a default location, so that's how they said New York. You can set preferred keywords. You can do all sorts of things and then see it right here. And of course, if this isn't the right size for your website, just make it a little bigger, and there you go. Okay? I mean, we can do demos like all day long. I love gadgets. Like, oh, look at gadgets here, gadgets there, and they're everywhere. So now we're going to get a little fancier. There's Catalista was the first one. There's others that are in the works. Have taken the free open API we have, and there's a URL down at the bottom right corner for showing where the docs are on how to do this. And more sophisticated developers, but not that much more sophisticated, can build your own apps. And if you're comfortable formatting RSS feeds, then you can do this. It's really not hard. And so people have gone nuts. And we were pre-launch. I mean, you have to understand, the stuff's not working at all. It's breaking every day. And the gentle folks at Catalista approached and said, well, we're willing to deal with that. I'm like, OK, here you go. Have fun. And they built an app, and it's sitting on my Android phone, which, they give us these at work. It's kind of nice. But it's, yeah, but see, then they experiment on us. So, it does cut both ways. But they built a little app here that works on the phone. And I have a screenshot of it, if you'll pardon me. Let's see, is this going to complete?
While you're pulling that up, Adam, and I also have the Extraordinaries iPhone app that's on here, and they're working to pull in the All for Good listings within the app, so you'll be able to volunteer through your iPhone.
So this is it's funny, cell phones make it hard to demo, and so they really ought to be a connector. But anyway, in the meantime, this is a screenshot of the Catalista app, and you can see the same listings, also East Bay and so on and so forth. And then lastly, and this is the, this is for the real geeks in the crowd, but it's really fun, and it's actually pretty easy, is the whole thing is built on open source, and it's all written in Python, which is a very simple scripting language. So simple, in fact, that I've had third-party developers, not Google engineers, just saying, oh, we need this problem solved, and I need it solved now, actually. Do you have 3 hours? I'm like, sure. And I literally, I don't have time for email. Here's IM, can you fix this and get it live? And they do it, amazingly enough. And they didn't even know the programming language. It was amazing. And oh, by the way, we're now going to send 100 queries a second at this thing. They're like, oh my God, it's amazing. And so it's really a getting started in minutes kind of way of doing it. And what's nice is we have to tap a large developer community that already exists, meaning there's a zillion people that already code in Python. So it's not a big deal to find them. And the surprisingly inexpensive to hire is a plug for the community. Because, again, if you're not technical, or like everyone else, you're short of engineers, and everyone's short of engineers, myself included, one of the standard tricks is to turn around and write a check, and write a small check and say, hey, would you mind doing this fun little hack on the side for this thing, and it will solve a problem I need. So I need the gadget, but I need it tweaked in the following way. And you'd be surprised what even a few $100s, or at worst a few $1,000s will get you. It's amazing. A lot cheaper, for example, than trying to hire people full-time to go do this. And as a side effect of this being so easy, it's been what I call a fire hose of 20% time. At Google, engineers are allowed to spend 1 day a week doing kind of whatever you want. Remember how this whole thing started for me? Well, I just quietly seduced engineers around Google and say, hey, could you help me out? Tell me I got some 20% time. And throw out some ideas that are kind of fun. Not fixing really nasty bugs or anything, but just like, hey, we could really use this feature or whatever. And you'd be surprised how many people, and you can actually see them because they're listed on the page where things are being checked in. And what I thought I would show you is, Lookma No Hands. This is open source, right? And it's really open. Actually, sometimes more open than I'm even comfortable with. This is actually our live bug list. You're seeing him. Please don't stare too long. This is going to change in a day or two because we're going to fix some of these, right? And look, I thought if you want to do an honest demo of this stuff, then you would file a bug, right? And on this page, this is the opportunities that I've hit the like button on, and I'm counting ABC. There's 3 letters in ABC, but at the top it says like count 6. So clearly there's a bug, and I actually think I know what the bug is. So we're gonna, pardon me for doing that. I'm gonna just file it, and this is what everyone on the team does, and does it all day long. And so I'm just gonna file a bug, and
So Adam, while you're filing that, I think an important message that our team's tried to convey at a broad scale is that this whole project is about getting more people to serve. It's about getting more people in this country to volunteer. And to Adam's point, what we're also trying to do is turn this project over to the larger community. And we need developers with great ideas, the experts out there that have been doing this stuff for years who really know this space. We need your help. We want your help. This is your project, and we're just hopefully the spark, and we need everyone else to join us and help build this and expand it and add all the cool ideas and all of the great features that are probably running through a lot of the developers in the room that I see right now.
And
Great.
so
We need your help.
So anyway, to finish this out, it's not really fun if you're filing a bug against yourself. So I'm going to go file it against my dear friend Paul Rademacher. And conveniently enough, they auto-complete it just for me. And there's a few people who really care about this stuff, and you can see it's a long list. So Karen should know that this is happening. So let's tell her. And it's a defect. Sure, it's high priority, and I'll leave it as a milestone. Boom. And then it should just show up in the list. And then let's see. Hopefully this will just work. Like count seems to be wrong. So anyway, so this is it. And this is again, a lot of people say they are open sourcing something and whatever, but it turns out it's like one guy and he's working on it part-time and so on. This is surprisingly, shockingly real. Like the amount of volume that's happening here is pretty amazing. And what I thought I'd do is I'd show you off the home and updates. Here we go. So you can see, and again, keep in mind today's a Saturday, so people don't actually work at Google 24/7. I know that people think we do. We actually do sleep occasionally, and you can see all the different things going on. You can see here, I was pretty busy last night, but some guy, I don't even know who Curious Lee is, so if that person's in the audience, please raise your hand and say hi. But thank you very much for the for the comment on that. And you can see here's my product manager and so on. And you could just go crawling through, and you can see it's all out there in the open. And many of these people are not Google employees, of course. This is Ty from FireExit. He's been really, really helpful on a lot of the UI stuff. And I want to do a quick shout out to all the developers and people who've made this happen, because it's just amazing. And we expect to keep this kind of pace, although probably not for the rest of my life. It's been pretty exhausting. So to wrap up, first thing is just, as Susan likes to say, kick the tires, spread the word. Get people, you need to just try it. And the nice part is you can just try allforgood.org, try out the gadgets, try out the widgets, try liking things, sending it on Facebook. If things don't work, just file bugs or email us or whatever is convenient. There's a big feedback form in About Us. If you have listings or you're organizing events, try publishing the listings. I mean, I wouldn't go create a new feed for one listing, right? Send it in to Volunteer Match or whatever, and it'll show up. But send it in, wait a couple of days, see if it shows up. If it doesn't show up, maybe something's wrong with the system. But for the most part, it should just kind of show up. And this is a great way of doing it. More importantly, you should just see people starting to come back and have more inquiries about those listings. And then lastly, for those of you who have vision and funding, or are developers, or both, create cool apps. There's no iPhone app yet. It kills me, right? And the only reason I have an Android is because we just happen to know people, right? We need. Is it in works?
They're on their way.
Well, good.
Yeah.
We need more of them, because
Yes.
I never trust one.
Where's Sandeep?
Oh, great,
So
fantastic.
it's going to be ready tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's rolling out next, probably tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yay!
Awesome.